Welcome to Michigan in April. Yes, believe it or not, this is snowing in April. Normally here for the Detroit show in January, and you expect this sort of weather, but not April. I'm here outside the fabulous Michigan Stadium with an even better sight in front of it, the Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. Fantastic car, 707 horsepower no less for a 6.2 litre Hemi V8. Not the ideal conditions to be driving it, so we took it to a car park to start it up so you can hear what it sounds like. And now we'll have a quick look around the car. This car is clearly influenced by the Challengers of the 70s with some wonderful detailing on it. Look at this big, beefy Brembo brakes and fabulous wheels. My favourite feature is you have a look at these lights in here. There we go. That is actually an air intake, forcing some air into that wonderful Hemi V8. There's also some nice little details, but you can see it in this wet windscreen. Just here, there's a little bit of the car. You can just make out there, and it looks just as good, just as beefy from the back. But this car is all about the driving experience. So let's give it a go on this wet road. Clearly we haven't had the weather today to give it the full beans all the time, but we've had plenty of fun. We've got a great launch control which will light up the rear tyres and scare the people sitting behind you at the traffic lights. One of the most impressive things about this is the quality. Inside you've got these squishy plastics up here, and yes, it's a more expensive car, the Ford Mustang, but the quality of the interior is way better than that. It is pretty European, no surprise really, given the Fiat ownership of Chrysler and Dodge and Jeep these days. But this is a real good car just to cruise around in gently, and then when you want to give it something, you get the whir of the supercharger working, the roar of the exhaust, and you can't help occasionally just being a bit of a hooligan. So thankfully the weather has improved, which gives us a chance to do something a little bit special. But first,
let's just take a look at the glory that is the outside of this car. Yep, retro looks, but real head turners. Those black wheels and that backside is just sexy as hell.
inside you've got these lovely retro dials, but what I really want to do is button down here. That's the important one for the moment. SRT, press that and you get all these options here. There's even an app. If you press SRT pages, in a minute it'll show you things like the temperatures inside the car, boost, 0 to 60 times. There we go, SRT performance pages. That's not where I'm going at the moment. There we go, do timers. Let's have a look. There we go. It will tell you what your 0 to 60 times are and all that sort of stuff. See the last ones. But I want to come out of that, because if I press SRT again, it tells you you've got all these different custom modes and sport modes, which will show you the transmission in sport mode, traction, suspension in sport mode, a track mode as well, which just makes things a little bit more fun. You can as well play with the power, and if you put it in eco mode down here, you'll see that the power reduces to 500. Valet mode, I'm not even going to go there, but you're going to really disappoint the valet driver if you hit the valet mode and put in a number for valet mode and it reduces the power to 300 brake horsepower, poor soul. But this is the important one for now. Press and hold that button to turn the traction control off, and let's see what we can do. This car isn't just about leaving tram lines down the middle of the road, although it's quite fun when you do. What surprised me is the amount of sophistication this car has. It's a car that you can use every day. There's feel to the steering that perhaps you didn't used to get in American cars. And the quality of the interior is something I wasn't expecting. The only real disappointment, the steering wheel's only on the left. This is a car I would love to drive in the UK.